I'm very delighted to do this program on my autobiography. The autobiography is a genre. It is not going to be a regular autobiography talking about mundane things in my life from my birth uh, onwards, but it is going to be a spiritual autobiography of my own evolution, which is still continuing and will also continue. And I have a picture here which tells you precisely what I have gone through. This is a picture. This is an old picture of me, and this is my contemporary picture. Now, what am I going to say to you that will be beneficial to you, as well as to me, because to me, I will have the satisfaction that I have given to you something that I came to do on this earth plane. And then the best teaching that I can give you is just to remember my soul's journey, not only in this lifetime, but in all the lifetimes I have had, and what I did in those lifetimes. That is very important for me because I learned a lot, and I'm able to now, living in the 21st century with all the sciences and technologies and the tools that we have, I can do it better now. That is the reason why everybody is born again and again to improve upon what they have learned. So the human birth is a series of a visitation to this earth plane to learn more. What have I learned is what I'm going to give it to you in this program. And this will be a program that I will continue to do for once every month, so that people will be benefited, and it is going to be absolutely free for everyone. Now, how do I know my previous births? The help came from many nadis. Nadi are scriptures, astrological writings on palm leaves preserved, and these writings were done by yogis and rishis about the soul's birth over a period of time, and also what those souls had been and what they are now and what they will be in the future. So I have been greatly benefited by these readings, and these readings gave me an insight of my own soul's progress and since its birth. When I look back the literature that I have received and then reflect on it and then connect with it, I understand that that my soul has something to offer, and that is evolution. Let me start with the earliest incarnation of my soul, and it came in many nadis, leaves, and it just is overwhelming to look at that. I was just I'm going to just focus on one very important incarnation And that incarnation took place about 700 or more times. And that was my incarnation as Agasthiar. Agasthiar is considered to be the foremost of all the siddhas, and who also evolved to the level of Shiva himself and got the name Agasthiswara, meaning that he became God himself. And then I came to this earth plane as Agasthiar, 700 sometimes, and this information came in many, many nadis. And even today it is coming. So recently I had an nadi reading which said, I am reading this leaf for my own incarnation living in this lifetime. Now, it's very interesting to look at who is Agasthiar, what is Agasthiar. So there is a siddha who is considered number one among the Tamil siddhas. His name is Thirumolar, and he has a chapter on Agasthiar, and he says Agasthiar is not a person. He is consciousness, and this consciousness is something that everyone needs to develop. It is the consciousness of the self. The self reincarnates itself over and over and over again. And then when he reincarnates, he can assume a form, and then through that form, he will be able to do miracles, teach things about medicine, about astrology, astronomy, or alchemy. These are some of the things that Agasthiar, when he came to the earth plane, were doing. So I began to reflect on it, and then I began to meditate, gather literature on Agasthiar, and that became very, very useful for me. Agasthiar, Tamil it is called Agasthiar. In Sanskrit it is Agasthiar. Agasthiar is this energy inside of you. It is not that I am only Agasthiar, but it is everyone is Agasthiar or Agasthiar. And where is he is inside you, because it is the soul that is called Agasthiar. And then you have to have this soul intelligence. All that we have is the mind intelligence. And then we have gone too far into the mind intelligence so as to completely lose touch with the soul intelligence. And Agasthiar represents the soul intelligence. And you have to get back into this soul intelligence. And when you go into this soul's intelligence, there is nothing that you cannot do. So then a human being becomes God. The motivation for me to do this show is to convey to you the gift that all of you have is your soul. And the soul is omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent. And it's a matter of getting in touch with this soul beyond your mind. And that can be done instantaneously. You can meditate for a long, long period of time. That is necessary too. That will be so blissful. If you just go and lie down and meditate for an hour and a half, just even lying down and meditating, you will feel the bliss. The only thing is you have to know how to deal with your thoughts. The moment you just lie down or sit down to meditate, thoughts come and distract you. And how do you deal with that? And Agasthiar is very helpful. And there was a siddha who lived and who I admire more. He lived in almost incognito. not into publicity, and he had tremendous amount of power that was given to him by his siddha, by his master, who trained him at a very early age on. His name is Venkatrama Siddha, who passed away only a few years ago. I never had met him while he was alive, but I'm very familiar with all the teachings. And he was also given all these teachings by Agasthiar when he was in a sacred mountain called Koli Hills, where all the siddhas still live. It's in the mountain is in Tamil Nadu, where he came as an ordinary person, a woodcutter or someone, as I remember. Then asked him to give him all the knowledge or wisdom that is necessary, that he put it out. So one of the things that he said about Agasthiar, which came to him from the divine source, divine Nadi readings, or divine scriptures revealed to him, is that Agasthiar will clean up your thought process. Our thought process is the problem. We are thinking thoughts like all the time. And how good are they? Most of the time, we are thinking goofy thoughts, thoughts that are not productive or useful. So that is waste of our time, waste of thought energy, waste of life energy. And who holds the key or the password to purify the thought is Agasthiar. Agasthiar is the energy that can purify this thought process. This information comes from one of the revelations that came through Venkatrama Siddha from Agasthiar, or from Shiva himself, because Agasthiar also is Shiva. So he says that he is inside you, which corresponds to the teachings of Tirumoolar. Agasthiar is not a person, also he could be one, but one who is inside of you, and he can go and then occupy your thought and then transform your thought. And that is very, very important. Where is Agasthiar? He is inside of you. He is Agathin Ulle Irundu. He is inside you. The word Aga, Akha in Tamil, Aha in Sanskrit. Akha or Aha can give you the clue. It is the sum total of consciousness. In the Sanskrit tradition, they will say the vowels, the life force starts, the vowels are the life force, the vowel sounds, because there is a relationship between consciousness and the sound and the vowels. The first vowel is A, the last one is Ha. So the sum total of consciousness is between the two sets of vowel, the beginning vowel and the ending vowel. Aha, aham, which means what is aham? I am. What is I am? I am is the beginning and the ending of everything. The beginning is ah, and then this is ha. I don't want to complicate it because it is a complex topic. So what in the Tamil tradition, it is also the same. A represents the vowel, Ka represents the first consonant. So let me focus on the Tamil side more than the Sanskritic side, because for one reason, Agasthiar himself has revealed a lot of literature, a lot of secrets through Tamil. So A and Ka, A is the spirit, Ka is the body. Soul, A is the soul, Ka is the body. And together, the soul and the body have produced us. And then we need to focus our attention not just simply on the body, which we do all the time. What do we know? We know only the body. We don't know the soul. But it is the soul that empowers the mind, empowers the DNA, the empowers everything. But unfortunately, our attention goes on the body. Now, even while I'm talking to you, in my case as well, what do I see is my body, my mind, and that's a curse. That's absolutely a curse that we are not able to see who we are. And there is no education that is available that can give us this opportunity to know ourselves. Why to know ourselves? Because when we know ourselves that we are God and we have tremendous amount of power, that we can do everything, and that's all what evolution is. That's all what is enlightenment is about. But there is no teaching approved by the educational system, whether in the East or in the West, that approves a soul education. They all only talk about the material sciences, material technologies to keep our body more healthy or enjoy things better. And never we have been given an opportunity or an education to go deep and find ourselves who we are. And we are is just A. And we are also Ka. A, Ka, together is what we are. And Agasthiar is the energy that is going to help us to give us. So, this wisdom of knowing the body and knowing this and knowing the soul. And that happens by Agasthiar getting into our thought process. Our thought is polluted, is ignorant. That's why I am now involved in teaching or developing a software called Stupid Thoughts Inhibitors. Because, as I said, I've incarnated at this time, so to incorporate contemporary methods of teaching so that you will know that you are wasting your energy, you are wasting your thoughts. It could be used in a productive way, and you should become self-conscious of what is going on. And that is very important. So when I go to India, I'm going to be doing that. This is something that I've been planning on for a long time, but has not been completed. There are several versions of that produced, but I was not satisfied with any version, so I'm going to personally get involved and do something more. Again, you have to purify your thought. If all the thoughts that you get into your mind are purified, then that's all you need to do. And how the thoughts come, and what's the relationship between the thoughts and the sounds, because the thoughts are primarily sounds. Then this is how I just came to discover the phonemic intelligence. The sounds create thought patterns, and the sounds have their own intelligence built into it, just as I said, A is soul. And this A is the one that I gave to Wayne Dyer, and then all the benefits that we get from doing the A meditation is that intelligence that comes from the sound A. And it is the primordial sound, the sound of God, the sound of life, the sound of prana, whatever name you want to call, it is A. And Ka is Prakriti, or the phenomenal world, and A and Ka are what we are. Now, I want to, take this opportunity to give you a practical meditation that can help you to understand on Ka, and how you can go back into your soul. Close your eyes. Feel your body. You are feeling your body regardless whether you are making an attempt to do it or not. You are still feeling the body. Because you cannot escape from feeling the body, feeling the fact who you are. And this experience is possible because you are processing the sound Ka. Ka is Prakriti. Prakriti is the phenomenal physical nature. So the physical intelligence comes from the sound Ka. And it is this sound that gives you this perception of this body that you are the body. And all your thoughts about this world and limitations are from the sound Ka beginning to vibrate. So we do not want to be just experiencing this limitation. We want to know who we are really. And that is possible only when we move from Ka to A. And this is the knowledge or wisdom that comes to us through Agasthiar. Agasthiar. Ka, you have to move from Ka to A. A has moved to Ka, and together A and Ka is soul and the body mind. Now, when you say instead of A Ka, you say Ka A. Ka A. Then the Ka leads you to A. Even when you say Ka by itself, it has the A sound in it because the body cannot live by itself. So look at the wisdom of the seers. Ka has built into it A. The body cannot survive, the body which is Ka cannot survive without A, which is the soul. Even when you articulate the sound Ka, there is A built into it. Ka A, Ka A, Ka A. This will purify your thoughts. Then the stupid thoughts will not show up. When your soul and the body and mind are all together doing this practice, then you will develop a consciousness wherein you will be able to cut down and eventually be able to have cut down these stupid thoughts and then be able to have only high frequency thoughts which are highly productive. Ka, A, Ka, A. Send these sounds into your thoughts. If you are, for instance, confused, we do not know whether uh, you have to do a particular thing in a particular way, or there are other ways of doing it. So you are confused between different options available to you. Then you say the sound ka, ah. Then the confusion, you'll know that the confusion is because of the sound ka, which is ignorance, which is the body. And when you move from ignorance to intelligence, which is moving from ka to ah, then you will have more understanding. Ka, ah, ka, ah. The rule is when you focus on anything, then you will know more about the thing that you are thinking about. This is Patanjali. This is a practice called samyama, in which you just completely focus on the object to the exclusion of your ego, your self. And at that level, a great samadhi or concentration takes place. And from that concentration, you can understand a world of things that are not available to the mind. Ka, 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 ka. You can see, just put that sound inside your brain. Ka. This will purify your thought. Ka, ka, ka. Ka, ka, ka. Keep repeating the sound. Ka, ka. Now slowly, slowly come back to yourself and open your eyes. Now, I want to give this sound as an initiation. And so far, I have been vocalizing the sound through my vocal cords. And this sound wave is called the Vaikari, speech form. And then I can give a thought transmission too. A thought transmission is much more powerful. I just do it by intention of pushing out the sound, ka and ah, into ever so many brains. Now focus attention on your brain and the frontal lobe. I am intending that I am sending this ka ah at a very deep level called Paishanti. And it is being received, these sounds are being received by whosoever, without judgment, with purity, with all receptivity, with all willingness, accept it in order to purify the thought process. This is how I relate myself to my incarnation, or several times, maybe 700 more times as Agasthiar, in a meaningful way. However, I must also say that there are statues of Agasthiar everywhere. Are they not real? They are real too. There are temples for Agasthiar. You can do rituals for Agasthiar. They can put abhishekam, put water and milk and orange juice on. They are equally powerful too. But eventually, what is more powerful is purifying your thought. And that is the bottom line. That is what Agasthiar really means. I'm glad that the divine made it possible for me to spend some time for you on this very important day. So I'll keep talking to you about my previous incarnation, particularly in this light, with a view to bring the practical wisdom that those souls represented. God bless.